On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in front of his family, in front of his daughter, his son, and his wife, all because he expressed his opinion and brought people on stage to debate it. Certain people will tell you it's because he was hateful, he was homophobic, he was racist, he was a misogynist, he was this, that, and the other thing. But as a openly gay man myself, I watched him regularly. We may not have agreed on everything, but you know what we did agree upon? The right to free speech. Nobody should be fearful because they express their thoughts and beliefs, especially when they do it in the way that Charlie Kirk did, where it was open to the other side. Yet, he was shot and killed, and the day of and the day after, people are losing it online about it.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea. But
this is not a video I wanted to make, but this is a video I need to make. When did it become okay to have violence bestowed upon you because you are sharing your goddamn opinion? People only want to be victims nowadays, and it's extremely, extremely sad. Now, I thought I said it, but I guess I did not. Whenever somebody gives into that victim mentality, it breeds hatred, and when hatred is bred, that breeds violence. That is why this victim mentality is so, so dangerous. I thought I mentioned this, but my head was scrambled. I apologize. That's why I'm hitting so hard on this victim mentality and why it is so, so bad to have. I am a gay man in Iowa. I work in a shop. I have grown up around cars. I have some of the most podunk redneck motherfuckers that I work around. And guess what? They do not care that I am gay. You want to know why? Because they do not make myself a victim of it. If they criticize my work ethic, it's probably because I was lacking that day, not because they hate the fact that I'm gay and they want to find something to criticize me of. When did it all become about being a victim and making everything about race, sexuality, homosexuality, misogyny? When did this become such a big issue that somebody was shot and killed in front of his wife and children? And when did it become such a goddamn big issue that people are celebrating it online? The day after, people were making shirts and blankets with the moment he got shot. People are posting online celebrating it just because he had views that didn't align with them. When did this become okay? When did speaking out about something you believe is right to you become a death warrant? I don't want to sound like an old man, but maybe my grandpa, my father, and my mom and everything were right. Maybe it is that goddamn phone. Maybe it is that social media that's corrupting everybody here. And one thing Charlie Kirk got right, well, he got right a lot of things, but one thing he definitely got right was the fact that colleges are indoctrinating people to believe this mindset. That was all he did, was drive around to colleges and challenge what people have been pushing on college students and young America for far, far too long. Why has there been LGBTQ HDTV shit pushed on all of our young Americans from kindergarten? There are clips online of people who are second, third, fourth grade teachers saying that, oh, I got fired because I made fun of Charlie Kirk. There are LGBT kids in my class, and what are they going to do now without me? Why the hell are there kids that are LGBTQ+? You know, when I grew up in the early and late 2000s, it was okay to be gay. Because being gay never defined who you are. You weren't a gay man. You were a man who was gay. You weren't a gay mechanic. You were a mechanic who happened to be gay. Let me have Charlie Kirk put it better than I can.
I'm a gay conservative, and I just want to kind of ask you, like, what do you have to say for people like me who kind of feel like, I guess, it's kind of hard for gay conservatives because there's not a lot of us. So, like, what do you have to say to other gay people who need to realize, like, they do have a choice?
Yeah, first of all, welcome to the conservative movement. I don't think you should introduce yourself just based on your your sexual
No, I
attractions.
agree. I like
because that's not who you are.
I like to be thought of as a person, and
For sure, you are a complete human being, and I'm sure you treat people well, and you're studying something. So I want to get away with this idea that you're gay anything. I just think that we have gone a long way in the negative direction in this country, where we act as if the most important part of your identity is what you do in the bedroom. It doesn't mean that much to me, but if you ask from a perspective as a Christian, I don't agree with that lifestyle, but politics is about addition and multiplication. I imagine you agree with a lot of what we talk about.
Absolutely.
Right? Strong borders, strong country, and for that, we welcome you into the conservative movement.
thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I get like this when I'm really annoyed, and guess what? I am very annoyed because as a man who is gay and not a gay man, people like the people that are celebrating the Charlie Kirk assassination are the reason that I have a bad rap. Explain to me why in the late 90s and early 2000s gay people were way more accepted than they are now. And I know that I'm rambling here, and I know that I'm a little bit off topic here, but this is what Charlie Kirk was preaching. He was preaching that you don't need to be defined by what you do behind closed doors. You don't need to be defined by what you believe and what you think. You are who you are, and you need to be proud of that, and you need to push for that. Why have we gotten to the point in a society where somebody who brings that up and has the open microphone where people can debate it is shot and killed, and people are celebrating it in the streets? People are going to the vigils where they are holding candlelight vigils for Charlie Kirk and going there just to stir up trouble. When the hell did this become okay? I'm going to show a few clips up here of what I'm talking about, so you guys know I'm not just drumming up just hate because I saw one person doing it. Now it's everybody who has blonde hair, or not blonde hair. It has blue hair and a nose piercing that's doing it. Let me just show you some clips.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fastest favorite 5-mile-wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
When did this become not something that we point and laugh at and something that we make fun of, something that's accepted? When did this become okay? Now, the people that know me in real life know that I'm not part of the LGBTQ community. As I've stated to many of my friends, I think it should have just been lesbian, gay, and bi, and that's where it should have ended. I don't like being grouped up with one group of people because we're different people. We have different ideologies. In the same way that I am not left or right on the political spectrum, I'm in the middle. I believe the left does some good things. I believe the right does some good things. That's why I don't like being in a group. However, growing up, no matter what side of the political agenda you were on, it never advocated for violence to this degree. You may have liked the left, you may have been blue, you may have liked the red, or the right, you may have been red. But you know what didn't happen? When somebody got shot and killed from that perspective party, people were not celebrating it online. There wasn't vines growing up of people making fun of a left shooter or a right shooter that shot up a school or shot up some political rally. Nobody was making fun of this. We were holding people accountable. And for some goddamn reason, people have stopped doing that. I am a man who is gay, and I am openly mourning Charlie Kirk. He never wished violence upon homosexuals or anybody at all, no matter your race, sexuality, anything. He never voiced violence upon you. All he did was have an open mic where he shared why you should or shouldn't be doing things, and he had an opinion about it. And he was shot and killed because of it. America, we need to wake up. No matter if you're gay like I am, if you're straight, if you're lesbian, whoever the hell you are. It doesn't matter what side of the political agenda you're on. It doesn't matter if you're red, white, blue. You're a goddamn attack helicopter. The fact that somebody was shot and killed and is being made fun of online because of it should terrify the shit out of you. Now, I know I'm not having a concise argument here. I am extremely, extremely pissed off because political violence helps nobody. When Luigi Mangione, if you liked his motive or you disliked his motive, he shot and killed that healthcare CEO. What has changed? Not a goddamn thing has changed since he shot and killed that CEO. Whatever you do, two evils do not justify a right. If you hated Charlie Kirk or if you loved him, if you hated everything he said, why the hell did you bring a gun and shoot him for sharing his opinion? Why is this being celebrated? I know what some people are going to say. Well, on the left, we've talked about gun violence and blah, 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 and it never mattered until now. Well, guess what? Let's use your own logic here. Let's say that you're celebrating this. Let's say that you're celebrating the fact that somebody was shot and killed because they held beliefs that didn't sit right with you. You're now saying that it's okay to do that? Because think about the precedent you're setting here. The people who have not done this, the people who are holding candlelight and peaceful protests about this, are the red side of the political spectrum. They're the ones that have the guns. Why are you setting a political, just slippery slope that it's okay to shoot and kill somebody because they have a different opinion than you? What kind of precedence do you think that's setting? You're telling the people with the guns that it's okay to shoot and kill somebody if they don't share the opinion. And I'm not saying that people from the red side of the spectrum are going to do this. They're not. People from the red side of the spectrum are saying that this is not okay. Two wrongs never make a right. They're the ones advocating for free speech and the fact that nobody should be scared of sharing their opinion no matter how bonkers it may feel to some people. Look, I know I'm rambling. I'm going to end this video here because I've daydreamed. I've brainstormed scripts for this video, and every single time I get to a point, it just falls apart and I just start rambling because I'm pissed off. Now I know this is political mumbo jumbo from somebody who doesn't do politics. I do automotive stuff. I beat the crap out of old beaters and have fun with it. But this is something that has basically started a whole new revolution in America. Whether you're center, right, or left on this political agenda, you should be terrified that this happened, and you should not be celebrating it online. There should never be a precedent set that whenever somebody disagrees with something you say, they are openly celebrated for taking you out because of it. Not only taking you out because of it, shooting you in front of your wife and children. Your wife who saw the blood come out of her husband's neck. The child who started running up to her father because she was scared of the loud noise when he was just shot and killed. This is not okay, no matter which way you slice it. America, you need to wake up. You need to see what colleges and schools and this horrible agenda is doing to your people. I'm not advocating for violence here, but we need to bring back what the First Amendment was just 10, 15 years ago, when people were okay to have discussions and disagreements, when America thrived on that, when people were able to talk about their political differences and move on about it. Not ostracize somebody in your family because they are on a different political side than you. Not shoot and kill somebody because you don't agree with them. We need to regress back to when America was truly a land of open ideas. Because I'm just going to leave you guys with this. If we're in a vacuum, whether you're on the right or left side, it will radicalize you. The only thing keeping this beautiful country the way it is open and honest discussion. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna put his video up here. But when open and honest discussion stops, violence always follows.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
Nobody should ever be taken out because they share their opinion on something. Especially Charlie Kirk. They shot the best of us. They got the best of us. Charlie Kirk was one of the most open-minded conservatives you could see. His whole thing was going to colleges and having an open mic about just ideas and just general things that were not represented evenly on colleges. Somebody who was open and gave a open mic to anybody to share their opinion as long as they were respectful was shot and killed because of it, and you should be terrified, America. This was Josh Mariska Zarenches signing out. I don't even know what to say anymore.
I got a question.
Sure. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
I don't think I told you. My name's Mercury.
Nice to meet you.
Why are you here?
Okay, I've been asked that question a lot. First of all, that question should not even have to be asked, but when people stop talking, really bad stuff starts. When marriages stop talking, divorce happens. When civilizations stop talking, civil war ensues. When you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to want to commit violence against that group. What we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option.
You think that's not emotional violence?
How is this, what is emotional violence, by the way? I don't know what that is.
It is harm intentionally perpetrated on another another human being that is intentionally targeted at their emotional well-being.
Okay, so feelings mean nothing to me. Isn't why we had the First Amendment to try to push our boundaries and to hear things that might make you mildly uncomfortable?
This doesn't make me mildly uncomfortable.
Does it make you very uncomfortable?
It makes me angry.